Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 108 with me, Sid. In the last episode, we left off where I'd found another iron reserve. Here. Where am I? Just here. There are some entropy shards up there. I've not bothered with them. And I have mined this thing out. I did not get as much as I would have liked from that. That's rich. Then we go some limonite and limonite. I could not find the main shaft for this thing. I don't know where it's petered off somewhere, or has impacted with this layer of slate, which is not an iron-bearing rock. So, but there's nothing, I've trekked various directions, and as you can see with the odd little thing in the wall, when I've seen it going off in other ways, it's probably out there somewhere, but it's normal quality. It's not, it's not the be-all and end-all, and, I nearly left that. We don't want you. So, at this point, I am going to pack up here. We need to get one, maybe 2 barrels full, so I'm not going to subject you to lots and lots of mining. I'm not that cruel, or am I? Who knows? But we are going to head on and just try and find a little bit more iron, try and at least get a barrel full, if not a barrel and a half, maybe even 2. There are other iron deposits. I mean, there is a surface iron up there, which we can always go to. Yeah, but we really do need to find more, given the amount of steel I'm going to need for things. So we've got some iron question marks over here, so those are also potentials. But I will very quickly, I think, just have a little skirt around over this way, see what we've got. But before that, we do need to get some dairy in our up in our works. So we'll go with that one, I think, and we'll make ourselves a couple of meals, and we'll pack up and head on and see what we can find. It is my intention this episode to stop wandering around in the wilderness. I don't want to spend episode after episode stuck out in the wilderness, searching and pushing for iron. Even though iron is what we need, it's, I can't justify staying out here all the time and just recording episode after episode after episode of us being out here, because, it's not necessarily great content. And whilst many people do quite enjoy the explory episodes, there comes a limit. There's got to be a limit to this, hasn't there, really? Seal that one. Check these for anything else I want. Yeah, I'm not really worried about any of that. I suppose we could put that in. We should have a box somewhere with some cinnabar in it. I'm going to guess that we don't have anything with little bits of opal in them. Oh, actually, no, there is a way we could do that. Let me just take you. You know what? There's no point. I got more gems than I know what to do with. So, those are done with. We need to pick up that. Where's Trunky? Dare I put Trunky down? Let me put you down over there, matey, because you will just go off and do your own thing if you're given half a chance, won't you? Yes, you will, you naughty little trunk. There you go. Oh, no, okay. That one goes in Trunky. I'll keep the thing on me. Oops, not that. And that one goes on my back. And we shall bid this place farewell and head on and see what we can find. So yeah, I just wanted to really give you an update of where we were right now, because why did that just? Because right now we need to push on and try and find somewhere else to explore. See, I'm looking at that and going, is that actually going anywhere? I was actually a little bit nervous about dropping a shaft down near that thing, but obviously it went very deep, so we didn't actually come anywhere close to things. Oh, bauxite, bismuth tracers. Hang on. I've gone the wrong way. Alright, yeah, couldn't find my way out of a paper bag. There's all that lovely high quality chaos ore that we spotted. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to head on, do a little bit of a search round, and I'll come back when I've got something else to tell you. Which will probably be got more iron, but you know, it's still something to tell you. Back in a bit. I am not having much luck. So this area here is down here. I found the tracers of it above. It's poor quality. I'm not going to waste. I've found 2 poor quality limonite mines so far, and that is it. So I'm not going to waste time on poor until I've got no other alternatives. And while I still have a damn you, where are you? Oh, hello. Want to try that again? Huh, dear? Oh, 2 of you brought your mate. Missed. Damn them. I knew I heard the actual skellies. You can't do that. That's interesting. It's going to be awkward, isn't it? Actually, there's a stop-off point halfway up if I can just get myself up there. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. At least this is 1.7 where you can just stick your head out and get a breath rather than having to hyperventilate for a while. Oh my god, why is this so bad? Oh dear. Come on, come on, come on. There. Right. Yeah, so that wasn't the thing. The other one was up here, so I've labelled it as an iron mine. I did go down to get it. I did explore all the way up here, and at around about this point it starts to change to firelight, so yeah, that kind of ruined my exploration in that direction. This is going to be a painful experience. Anyway, carry on. And just to add insult to injury, this one's poor as well. Hang on. This is limonite, iron mine. I'm not wasting my time mining it right now because it's basically dross, and I can't see the point of. Now there's another iron down to the southeast of us. I'm going to have to resort to ladders or something at the minute. I think I don't think I can quite make that, and I know if I dig that, that's. Oh no, we got away. Okay, yeah, there we go. Right, I'm going to stick a torch there just so I know. But yeah, we are not doing well with the iron findings. We've got lots of mines, but they're all a bit poo. I also do need to start looking at my my food because I've not made any. I'm just eating the ingredients that I've scavenged on the earlier thing, but we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I ought to go and try for some magnetite somewhere. Here's Lehman. Got this galana in the area as well. It probably means I'm going to find. Well, let's try and find the tracers. Traces of bismuth, traces of limonite. So I'm going to be inclined to think it's more over this way, if it's going to be anywhere. But of course, this is now going to be too high up. There's a hungry node over there, isn't there? Well, maybe I suppose we'll just do my usual. Let's tunnel down and see what we find. Okay, back in a bit. Finally, on the 4th, that one crapped out. I found the bismuth, but the bismuth was overriding all my readings. So I came over to this one, and this is iron 25 is here. However, I think what I'm going to do is, rather than try and mine from here, I'm going to basically go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 south and come down on it, because it appears to be coming in above. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's all. Maybe I'll mine this area. We can work this, I'm sure. However, we do need to get ourselves set up properly. It is poor. It's normal quality, which is a bit of a kick in the face. So yeah, I've got my work cut out again. So it seems to be the case. So I'm going to get myself situated down here and do a whole load of mining again. Be back in a bit. Alright, we're at our last stop for this thing. We have now got one of them full. This one is coming up to half full of limonite, and we are at the surface quality limonite. Surface quality 25, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab as much. Oh, hello. Keep on forgetting I've got that jump boosty thing on. We're going to grab as much of this as we can, and then continue exploring into the mountain itself, because clearly this is an exposed vein. So somewhere in this lot, there should be a reasonable amount of ore, I would hope. Fingers crossed, eh? Because I really don't know where to go from here. Okay, yeah, we're into this malarkey again. But yeah, that will give us probably a barrel and a half to maybe a couple of barrels worth. Oh yeah, this is definitely going places. The only thing I'm having to try and remember, is not to leave any ores exposed to the surface. I have cleared all of the dirt, so there's no chance of any collapses in on it from dirt destroying the ores. But what we don't want is any cave-ins destroying any ore, because that's annoying, and I had that when I was in the last mine. I managed to cock up quite a little bit actually in there. Probably lost, well, I say but lost a lot of ore. I probably lost somewhere in the region of half a dozen. It wasn't significant sums, but significant enough that you don't want to lose it. Now we have cleared all the exposed ore, I think. Oh, there's a little bit there. So now we need to start pushing into the hillside. So I'm going to, quickly sleep the night away, eat, and if I can get myself back up here, and I will see you later. Alright, getting on. I had a little bit of a scare. Let me show you. So one of the things when you're working in TerraFirmaCraft is, of course, cave-ins, and normally most people worry about cave-ins from above. Now I also get asked a lot of the time why I don't put redstone on my tools, and the reason is control. Sometimes if I go through that too quickly, it'll go into the next block, and if I inadvertently mine the next block, which I should actually come down here and just make sure, I could trigger a cave-in. Now the problem here is, if I trigger a cave-in here, the reason I know that this happened was I was mining away and I heard this god awful cave-in sound, and I'm looking around and there's no cave-ins. There's a ravine down there, so I could trigger the cave-in underneath me and end up falling. I don't know how deep that ravine is. I can't actually see the bottom. So yeah, control is pretty important. Now I'm fairly certain, looking at this side, that the ravine is buttered up on the edge of this. So I'm kind of working this area here at the moment and just very gently, and if you are really worried about it, just stick a block down. These won't cave in, so if I inadvertently, like that was a definite cave in back there, if I inadvertently bring this floor, this entire ceiling on that down, it really don't matter because I am safe. However, I'm looking at this thinking this does not look very safe. Now, I don't think there's going to be a huge amount to do going forwards because, well, that's late. So there shouldn't be a huge amount of material down there. But I'm going to continue on, just grab as much material as I can from here before we move on. And yeah, I just thought I'd catch up with you, let you see the hole in the ground that I made. I'll be honest, this isn't actually a great deal easier than... wow, hang on, I need to do this carefully. And I also need to be not stood on. There's every possibility that there was no blocks on either side of that, and that might have been the only block holding that in place. So always, yeah, be aware that that could be a thing too. And dying horribly is not my idea of a good time. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, I think given the amount of caving in going on around us, we should take the hint. We've done pretty well actually, considering. My gut feeling is that we will have nowhere near enough to actually do what we want to do. That's annoying, but it is also what it is. You know, there's nothing I can do about this. We'll take you. We'll grab. We'll put. Dare I put Tronky down over here? He's just going to grow mad, isn't he? No. Okay, that's fine. Right, pick that up. And pick that up. And we'll pop that and that away. Those should be. That should be everything, I think. I'm really not bothered about taking that with me because it's just a barrel. We'll make another one whenever we need one. I do, however, need to remove that. We are pretty much out of iron indicators, apart from a few poor ones. Certainly in this neck of the woods, so we'll have to go hunting, I'm afraid, at some point next time we need iron, if we need more iron. Actually, let's be honest, when we need more iron, I honestly don't think we'll have enough with what we got. But, you know, there's still loads of area to explore, so let's home. And, wow, it seems like an age since I've been here. Yeah, I've had one of those moments where you sit there thinking, God, it's... we haven't been here in donkeys. Oh, I should have got rid of most of this stuff as well. It doesn't matter. We'll put down Trunky. We'll grab that.
and we'll grab that one, and we'll grab you. There we go. So in here we have got all of that one and almost all of that full, which is not bad, and it's all normal or higher quality. My next thing is now work out exactly what it is I needed again, and I'll be back in a second. But we've got a goodly amount of stuff. Let me just sort myself out, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, just a heads up, so that and that is what we've come back with, which is, you know, what's that? That's a double chest in standard Minecraft, but obviously we need to multiply that by 4, so it's a quarter of a double chest, isn't it, really, because there would be 64s in normal Minecraft, but of course each one of those is 4, so you know it's not as much as it looks like. We also came back with a bunch of other bits and pieces, so that all needs stashing, and we need to process that iron up into its respective things. That's just good a word as any for it, things, mainly because I can't think of a better word for it. And right, so what have we got there? We've got a flawless tourmaline, we've got a flawless, we've got an exquisite, and a flawed, and a thing, and a hoofer, and I've got no idea what. Let me stick those there for now, and along with that. Gems always a bloody problem in this. I think we can probably get away with. No, I thought you could anyway. Can you not do that? Can you not? I thought you could combine these up into one. Maybe you can't. Or maybe you need more than 4. I don't know. Right, anyway, what have we got? Flawed. Chipped. Uses for a flawed is next to nothing. I could have sworn you could combine these. We'll get rid of barrel. We'll keep the chipped barrels, and we'll get rid of that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We've got, like I say, that is not an issue of any major thing, because when we do the sifting, we end up with quite a few gems. You know, a la this lot. So that's not a major problem. So with all of this, the next thing we need to do is process it. And for that I am going to need to pull up my Excel spready sheet, hopefully anyway, hopefully I can find it. Let's open from, trying to think where I put it. It's either in documents or, yeah, there's only 2 places it could possibly be, desktop or thing. Resources needed. There we go. So I think we said we needed 189 iron and 438 steel. So 438 steel. Oh, Jesus, I still don't think we're going to be anywhere close. Let's have a look at what's involved with steel again while I remember. So if I want a steel ingot, not from immersive, we do in an arc furnace with coke dust. We don't have an arc furnace anyway. Molten steel is made by melting steel in a smeltery, and it is only done by melting steel items. There are no you know, tricks we can do there, unfortunately. So that's a thing. Yeah. So if we want steel from tinkers, we can't make tinker steel. The only steel we actually should be able to make is this one, which is made with high carbon steel, which is made from pig iron. Pig iron is made in a blast furnace like that, or by using, no, that's arc furnace still. We can use wrought iron with flux and coal to make pig iron. So basically I think what we need to do is smelt all of this into iron in a tinker smeltery, which will be fun. I'll be back here once we've done that then. Alright, I'm processing the iron out, but this is taking an age, so we are going, I hope, I want to make a incidentally, thank you for everybody who pointed out that the fluid conduit respects gravity. If I'd have read that, then that would have been a lot easier, but you know me, I don't like to read these things. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, we need 4, 4 and 4. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a lot of iron in there. It's taking a long time to run out of the system. So my thoughts were to just speed it up a little bit with, if I can just find what I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That will do us. By replacing the spout with a Ender IO pressurized fluid conduit. There we go. That should make us 3 of those, and if we then go, yep, there we go. So that should allow me to make the pressurized one. And I think, because I've certainly done this before in the past, but I'm not entirely sure whether we did it on a version that was quite as old as 1.7, but I think we should be able to pop that in there. Let me just jump in here and grab a rock and a stick, and we'll pop that on there, and we're going to set you to be extract active with signal, and that is going to be insert. Yeah, that's faster. Now the good news is I processed all the iron. The bad news is I'm actually way short. We've got 90, that's another 10 blocks plus those in there. Yeah, we're not going to have enough. We can certainly make the start on the process in the building of the parts, and I think that's probably the best thing to do, is to approach this step by step and not bum rush it. Because at some point we're going to have to go out and find more iron, and you know, we've got huge areas of land and everything. It's just there's an iron over here, so this presumably is magnetite, because I think that looks like a, well, without doing, but again, we've got a nice area over here we've not explored overly. We've got loads of surface iron, 15. Again, if we've got the 15s, I don't really want to do those. But what I should do, of course, is put a hopper underneath here as well. But I don't want to use a hopper because hoppers use iron, and the iron, of course, is precious at the moment. I suppose I could use an item conduit under there into a chest. That might work. Have I got any item conduits? That's the next stupid question. Let me go and have a look, shall we, while we're here, because I don't really need you anymore. That's a item conduit. Yes, that will do us. And we'll, while we're at it, we'll pop you in there. And wooden items. Let's get a nice little chesticle. Let's get this done. But yeah, it is a crazy amount of resource required for this, and I don't think anything is going to make this go fast. So you are an insert. That's not what I wanted. Oh man. Okay, let's try do this from underneath. You are an extract and always active. Right, let's get back out. So in theory we should have managed to automate that process a little bit, you know, which is a Yep, we have. There we go. And we can plop you back in there. So that's all good. But yeah, we are down to the last block there, and then it will be nuggets, which we shall turn that off at this point. I don't know whether it's actually worth trying to pump this iron in. It's not quite there, is it? So let's put the rest in. Oh, so close. Have I got any iron nuggets? Silver wrought iron nuggets. I have. So we can at least try and bring that up. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how much a nugget gives. It's at 33 now. I think it's 18 millibuckets. Gone already. Alright, so that was 30, that was 13, hang on, it was 33, 43, so that's 10, that's 16. Okay, 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, let's just chuck those in and see what we get. So that will be 64. That's not going to be enough, obviously, but I just would like to end on a block. Now, whilst I would be for the first to admit that in terms of content, we haven't really done much for the last 2 or 3 episodes. This episode has taken in the region of maybe 20 plus hours to actually get to the point we're at, because with the multiple mines and you know, moving around, and it's not been trivial, put it this way. So what we should hopefully end up with at the end of all of this, so should get 16 on that, will take us to 93. Yes, of course it will. Okay, we'll do the last, we'll get the last one in, and that will bring us up to a whole block, and then I'm not worried about losing like a half a nugget. That is the least of my worries. So that should go up to there. We can turn that off for now. 35 blocks of iron. I mean, not wanting to sound silly here, but you and I both know how much effort would be involved in creating 35 blocks of iron in vanilla Minecraft. It is, suffice it to say, slightly obscene. So we have got, and we'll put the pig iron up here, because that's obviously, this is what this is going to be ultimately, but yeah, we are a long way off having enough to even make a dent on the process. But there you go. We'll have a screenshot of that as well, because, you know, it's not a trivial accomplishment, even though we do need to go out and get more. However, we'll have a break from blatting iron out. Winter's on orbit on us anyway. We're in autumn, 27th of October, so it'll not be long before we hit winter, and I need to decide what we're going to do next. But if you've got any suggestions, as always, do let me know. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and bye for now.